One of the most dangerous parts of the narcissistic relationship is at that point where their mask starts to fall off and we start to see the real them. And the reason that I say it's one of the most dangerous is because you have one of two choices, yes? You either detect it right away and you're out of there, or that is about when we jump on that hamster wheel, and that's the dangerous part because we'll be on it for as long as we possibly can stay on it. You jump on that hamster wheel and you're going to try everything. Now you're going to start trying everything to get them back to who they were. You're going to try everything, say everything, do everything, put up with everything. And it's dangerous because it can lead you down a path of insanity. So the debate comes in too within yourself, even if you didn't know about narcissism. Well, especially if you don't know about narcissism. Because in your mind you're thinking, well, they just changed a little bit because they're having a rough time at work, or they're distant because we moved, or whatever excuse you give them. You're going to look to excuse their behavior. Of course you are. You love them. The whole time, we now know, if they are a narcissist, it's not so much a change in them as it is a reveal to you of who they really are. That's what they're doing when that mask when it starts to fall off. And there are 7 different little things I thought of that, you can really see it. And if you pay attention, that's what's happening. Their mask is falling off and they're revealing their true self to you. So if we only could take it that way, maybe we wouldn't jump on the hamster wheel, okay? Number 1, because there's a huge difference in letting the mask fall off, or they just changed for a little while because, you've been going out for a long time, or you've been together a long time. That's to be expected. Romance falls off. It's not as much as it is in that honeymoon period, they call it. That is absolutely to be expected. You level out and you both find your way. That's not what we're talking about here. So if there's a 180 shift in how they are with you is what we're talking about here. A 180 shift is different than coming down a few degrees from when they were courting you and they're not quite the same Prince Charming. If somebody does that, that's not necessarily narcissistic. They're just settling into life with you. That happens all the time. So number 1, they really stop trying to be, they slowly stop being available to you. And they really stop trying to be available to you. And you can tell, whether you're married 100 years or just starting out. Your text doesn't get returned. You'll go a couple of days without a phone call. If you're married and he's away on business, you don't hear from him like you used to. If you're just going out and he's MIA for a couple of days, they stop being available. And they're playing. They're starting to play. They're otherwise occupied, so they're not available to you. They're playing, either on their text or they're out there playing. They're playing. They're not settling down and not available because they're settling down. They're playing. That's number 1. Number 2, the love bombing stops. Comes to a screeching halt sometimes, or it starts to slowly simmer. Not again like a normal relationship. You know the difference. You know the difference. They flat out stop telling you things that they started out telling you because they already know they have you hooked. They don't have to say, I'm going to marry you, or I'm going to be with you forever, or whatever it is that they hooked you. They don't have to say it anymore because they already have you hooked. So that stops. Number 3, the triangulation at a party. This is them. You're there, there's a girl there, and he's going to try to flirt it up or tell you ahead of time, oh, by the way, so-and-so is going to be there, Kathy, and, Sally told me that Kathy has a crush on me. So I just didn't want you to be upset. You go to the party thinking this in your head. Guess what? She's never had a crush on him. It was all made up. Or you're at a party or a gathering and he's trying to flirt with people or charm them in front of you on purpose. That's triangulation. That's to make you jealous. That's not something a normal functioning, healthy functioning, mentally stable person does to another person that they claim to love. It's not nice, and it is a huge, huge sign that they are their mask is falling off. They're starting to show you. It's not that they're not themselves anymore from the beginning and it's a normal thing. No, their mask is falling off. They're revealing who they are. That's a behavior they like to do. Number 4, suddenly not talking during dinner. You can have life of the party, they're cooking for you, they give you wine, you're playing music, and then all of a sudden one day it's like you're sitting through dinner silent. They're playing. That's them. They're otherwise occupied in their mind. They're playing, and they are occupied and can't be that person for you right now because that's not who they were. This person is who they are. This one. The thinking of somebody else, the not caring if they're engaged with you because that's not their concern and never was to begin with. Do you follow what I'm saying? So they stop. That's a silent treatment type during dinner or around the house. That's a huge thing too. The mask is coming off. It's coming off. Number 5, they start traveling without you, or they do travel without you. Maybe you never went with them, but now they're going to triangulate you there too. I've been FaceTimed from the beach, having a ball. Look, people get on the phone. Why aren't you here? Why aren't I there? Oh my God. Because my guy wanted to go away alone so he can do all these things. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. There's no reason these days that you can't accompany someone on a trip. Business, pleasure, whatever. We're all adults here. What's the problem? If they start doing that and never did it before, that's a huge sign. But if that starts to happen, that's them revealing themselves. They want to go away by themselves. That's what they want to do. So even if they took you away and they were courting you and whatever, now they're starting to do that by themselves. That's because that's what they want. That's their true self, to be out in the world, charming the pants off everybody that they think they're doing. And you stay home and take care of the house and the kids and the family and the business and everything else. And you're their stopping ground, your anchor, and then they come back. That's their mask falling off. That's who they really are, I'm trying to tell you. It's who they really are. That's what they want to do, okay? Number 6. This is a killer. The first time you find them on a dating site. Or maybe it's not a dating site, but you find something in their phone, or you find some evidence of them having communication with somebody else. That's the real them. Now they'll say to you, oh, it meant nothing, or, we had that fight, and it was stupid, and it was a mistake, and they'll come up with everything. You're the one I want, blah, blah, blah. That's the real them. They are always on dating sites. They are always searching for new supply. They're always, always, always courting new people. And they don't mean anything to them either. But that's another way the mask starts to fall off. Pay attention when that happens. Don't let them slough it off. Don't let them make an excuse for it, and you think, I'll just stay on this hamster wheel. I'm going to get my guy back. I'm going to get him back. Okay, so he faltered. I forgave him. That's going to count for something. I'll get points for having forgiven him. He won't do it again. That's the real them. That's the real them. Of course they'll do it again. They're doing it now. While you're watching this video, they're in the next room texting other people. I don't mean to, downplay what you got going, but that's their habit, is to do that. 7, they flat out cheat and then gaslight you when you find out. Now that is a huge one, and that is how they operate in the world, through the world, with all different people. We've talked about this before, right? We are the new supply to the old supply. The next supply is the new supply to us. There's always a cycle. That is who they are. They're not changing. They didn't change from the love bomb guy that you knew. These behaviors are habits for them. At this point, they may have habitually been doing this for 40 years, 10 years, 2 years. It's in them to do this. When you have a habit, how hard it is to break. And they might use that. Oh, I've been doing this for 40 years. I don't care. Wrong girl. You're not doing it to me. And I just want you to see the difference, because there is a difference. Falling off the high romance level of a new relationship and settling in with each other, that is not the same as what we're talking about. We're talking about a 180. The mask starts to slide off, and they'll do everything they can to try to keep it up. Meanwhile, you're on the hamster wheel throughout all 7 of these things, trying to ignore them, forgive him, accept the explanation. It's ludicrous explanation. I fell asleep. My phone was off. My phone was on vibrate. My phone was dead. Oh my God, the phone excuses. Please try to look at the difference between if they just changed or if that mask is falling off. And if the mask is falling off, look at your truth. Chin up. Bye.